Lighting is set up. Lighting courtesy of Menard's clearance section. And by courtesy meaning I still bought it. Hey, it's time for Spotify Friday, episode 4, part 1. As we do a deep dive into the New Music Friday playlist. For those of you who don't have time to listen to all 100 songs, you are in luck. Because I'm going to do that for you. Especially all of us older types. You know, musical tastes tend to freeze around the 27-31 range. Like starting around 27, ending around 31. Supposedly that's when your musical tastes lock in for the rest of your life. But not me. For reasons I don't even know. And if you would like to not be you too, well, maybe you want to know which of these songs maybe catch your ear. Or really anybody's ear. Or really anything. Anyway, let's get started with the first 20 songs, because there's 100 of these. I'm not going to plow through all 100 in a row. At least as far as you know. So we'll get right to it with some music from the dearly departed Juice Wrld and a new release track called Righteous. Juice Wrld was taken from us too soon, and this song is further proof as to why that was kind of a shame. This is really good. I like it more than his big hit Lucid Dreams. Which, by the way, was that bloop in there? Did anybody else notice that was the nationwide walkie-talkie Nokia sound from back in the day? Couldn't have just been me. This one goes in the OK file. This is pretty good. I like it. It doesn't quite go in my good file. That's a step above OK. But this one, like I said, a song OK for me means I wouldn't skip it on a playlist, but I wouldn't necessarily put it on a playlist on Spotify. Recapping the categories: bad, would not put it on a playlist, would probably skip it. Ordinary, mediocre, really could go any way of those. OK means I wouldn't skip it, but I don't know if I'd add it. And good means I would both add it and would not skip it. So hopefully that explains the nonsense I do around here. Up next, the Scots, with Travis Scott and Kid Cudi, and, well, it's called The Scots. This is one of those songs I swear I heard last week. There's kind of that doom, doom, doom beat that's in a lot of hip-hop these days. Everything's kind of a play off that. This is one of those songs. It sounds kind of thugged out and angry, and it's not really, I guess, kind of, I don't know. Ordinary is where you go. Up next, the 1975. And if you're too shy, let me know. But then again, if you are too shy, would you let them know? I don't know if I would. Once again, we are back to they are making the best 80s songs in 2020 that they've ever made. This sounds exactly like a mid to late, very early late 80s. We're talking 85 to 87 range pop rock song. Like almost like an Outfield song. Remember the Outfield? I Don't Want to Lose Your Love. Anyway, yeah, this is good. Call this good, not just because I'm an old geezer who likes music that sounds like the 80s, although that is a factor. But this is very well done. Very well done 80s sounding song. Up next is Elena Castillo and Pass You By. Like an older, sadder Alessia Cara. Even has the same initials as Alessia Cara. Is this Alessia Cara from the future coming back to warn us? It's probably not that, but it's pretty good. I'll put that in the OK file. Alaina Castillo from the Voice Notes. I think that's a new album just came out. Up next, YoungBoy Never Broke Again featuring the Baby and Thug of Spades. I'm not familiar with that deck. Have you seen that ad? I think I saw it on Instagram, where a young girl, she's invented a new deck of cards. Instead of kings, queens, and jacks, it's the Monarchy, the aristocracy, and I don't remember what it is, but the Monarchy is a mix of kings and queens, and then the next one down is a mix of dukes and duchesses. And then instead of jacks, you have prince and princesses. So that way, the kings and queens, it's like automatically the kings are worth more than queens. But now it's like half kings, half queens. I don't know what the breakdown of that is. It's an interesting idea. So, I mean, in some games, yes, the king and the queen are worth the same. But in other games, the king is, ranked higher. So this splits that up. One of those things you don't think about, but when somebody makes a fix for it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Some people get really angry about that. I mean, if you're angry about that, just use a standard deck. You don't have to buy the new Monarchy, Duchess, Prince, Princess deck. I mean, nobody's making you buy that. I mean, maybe over time it will become the default deck, but, I don't know. What I'm basically trying to say is that commercial that I saw weeks ago was more interesting than this song. And it has the Baby on it, and that says a lot. Moving on from a song featuring Da Baby to a song just by a Lil Baby, it's All In. He can rap faster than I can talk. And I can talk somewhat fast. Not as fast as I used to. But yeah. This is good. I like the little vocoder, sort of, just barely, like... It's not, like, super auto-tuney, but it's just a little bit. Just like they cranked it up just a notch. I don't know. I like it. I'm not usually a big Lil Baby guy, but that works for me. Up next is Cautious Clay with Remy Wolf, Still Woozy, and a bunch of other people on Cheesin'. Rocky supergroup sort of thing. Cautious Clay, Remy Wolf, Still Woozy, and Sophie ... because there's just not enough room in this song for Sophie Myers. Okay, there's just not enough room in this song for everybody listed. It's just too much. It's a good song though, so I will not hold that against them. This goes in the OK file. Up next is James Blake, Youre Too Precious. For the first time on this show, I am perplexed as to what to do with this song, because it's not ordinary or mediocre, but I don't really care for it. So it feels wrong to put it in the ordinary mediocre file, because it's not an ordinary song. It takes some bold chances, but I don't like the results. So I don't want to put it in the OK file. Do I put it in the OK file because you tried? Or do I put it in the ordinary mediocre file with an asterisk because it isn't that ordinary? It's an interesting song. It's James Blake, Youre Too Precious, and it sounds nothing like anything else you're hearing right now. But at the same time, I don't know if I like it. It's normally I like that sort of thing too, it's just really confusing me. Begrudgingly, I'm going to have to call it ordinary mediocre, although the song is not. I mean, your mileage may vary on this one. This one you might like. This is one of those songs I think you're going to love or hate. And normally on songs you either love or hate, I come down in the in between for some reason. But yeah, that one, yeah. Oh, I don't know. That's probably the one that stumped, of all the songs I've listened to on the show so far, which is well over 300, that one has definitely stumped me the most as to where to put it. Let's move on to something hopefully a little easier with mxmtoon and No Faker. This is another frustrating one, because it's the sort of song I would normally like, but I don't like this one. I mean, I want to hear a little more of mxmtoon, but this one just doesn't do anything for me. It just sounds, I don't know, just bland. Like if this was in your movie credits of an old Peanuts movie, it'd be under graphic blandishment. I shouldn't say that. I don't know what graphic blandishment is. I just know I never see it in current animated movies. So we'll put that in ordinary. Up next is, or mediocre, I guess, Gus Dapperton. Ooh. Excuse me. Ladies and gentlemen, the good sir Gus Dapperton with the song First Aid. Put that in the mediocre file. It's kind of, if you're looking for a slower paced, slow me down song, that'll do you up. Next is Regard and Secrets. This band's first hit was that song Ride It, you know, that one. It just says Ride It a lot. This one has Raye in it. And I like this. This is good. I kind of like Ride It, but this one I like a little more. So, yeah. This goes in your OK file. I could hear this on the radio a lot. Up next, S.G. Lewis with Chemicals. I'm not familiar with S.G. Lewis, but this is the sort of song that makes me want to get more familiar. He's kind of got that alt-indie rock sort of sound to him that I like. He's kind of got a late 70s, early 80s bass line kind of thing going on here. Some shimmery synths. A little MGMT vibe here. Yeah, this is a good one. S.G. Lewis. That goes in the good file, only the second one today. Up next, Verzace with a Z and Life Inside. This one's tricky. It started off sounding like something else, but by the time we're 30 seconds in, it's kind of built up to a pace that sustains throughout. And I like where it got to. I didn't like where it started, but I like where it got to. I'm going to put this one in the OK file. This one would be an artist to watch. I'm not sure if this is going to be the breakthrough hit for him, but it's something here. Verzace. Verzache. Maybe I'll finally figure out how to put the words on the screen so you can read them. Oh, speaking of words on the screen, look, I've got merch that I bought at Groby's Grocery in Veblen, South Dakota. So if you're ever in Veblen, really it's a town you kind of have to be going to. One time in my life, this is my hometown, by the way, one time in my life, somebody actually told me they got there by accident. All I could say was, how? How did you get to Veblen by accident? It's on a state highway, but it's not on a state highway that really goes anywhere. It's just kind of there. I don't know. I don't know how on the earth he ended up in Veblen by accident. He called me. The reason I know this is he called me on the road to ask me about Veblen, if there was a place to get gas or eat, and I'm like, what? Anyway, up next is StaySolidRocky. I'm still blown away that happened. And this is like 20 years ago. And Party Girl. Shout out to 4Loko in this song. I didn't think they made that anymore. I don't know. It's okay. I threw it in the mediocre file. I mean, it's not great, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's serviceable. Serviceable. Right now, this better not be serviceable, because I expect a lot from you, Missy Elliott. It's a new song called Cool Off. Maybe this is the nostalgia talking, but it's not her best, but it's just so nice to have her releasing a new song. I'm willing to look past a lot of the song's flaws, put it in the OK file. It's very repetitive at the start, like to a fault even, but I don't know. Just when she's on, she's still one of the best. And this isn't her perfectly on, but, you know, it's close. So I'm going to put it in the OK file, although I admit that might be some nostalgia talking. Your mileage with Missy Elliott probably varies. Up next is Charli XCX, artist who always tends to frustrate me with claws. I think I figured out what it is about Charli XCX that gets me. It's like, you get the feeling she's risky, but she's about really as risky as riding a roller coaster at a big name amusement park. It's like, yeah, it feels risky, but at the end of the day, these people take a gazillion safety precautions, and they, it's in their best interest not for anybody to get hurt. So it's risk, but safely done. I don't know. I keep thinking she's going to be kind of a dangerous artist, but no, like I said, she's a roller coaster. It feels like she's going to be more dangerous than she actually is. Up next is Lennon Stella with Older Than I Am, which is not something I say about a lot of people I talk to anymore. I'm always the oldest one. This song is proof that I'm not just in it against slower songs. This is a slower song, but I really like it. Everything I've liked by Lennon Stella, everything I've liked? How about everything I've listened to by Lennon Stella, I've kind of liked. So, curious to hear more from her. I like this one. This goes in the OK file. Up next, another one of my favorites, Alicia Keys with Good Job. This song is not intended to be towards people in the here and now, but it could be, because she's saying, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job out there, everybody. Good job. So yeah, it's good. It's okay. I mean, the piano's a good job. The lyrics, decent job. I mean, you could rework this and make it a song about people having to stay home right now in the quarantines mess that continues on. I just call every day Quarantines Day now. I don't know if you've seen my older videos where I mention that, but yeah, every day is Quarantines Day. Days of the week no longer exist. Anyway, up next, a little Wiz Khalifa with Megan Thee Stallion. And Why You Mad? I like Wiz Khalifa. I like Megan Thee Stallion. Put them together, and I love this song. Why You Mad? This could be a big time summer banger, I think. It probably won't be, because as a 46-year-old white dude, I like it, and that's probably your first sign of, well, there's a problem. But yeah, that's good. I like it a lot. Like Wiz, like Megan Thee Stallion. Boy, she's really... Well, everything she does, just... Man. Don't sleep on that one. She's going places. And then finally, to wrap up day one, it's Maluma with ADMV. A Department of Motor Vehicles. Aardvarks dancing madly to violin. This is in Spanish, so it could be Aardvarks dancing madly to violin. I don't know. I doubt it is, but yeah. Mediocre though. Kind of a slow-y, generic sounding Spanish song. So yeah, we're gonna hit the pause button and call it a day one of Spotify Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Quarantines Day. However you want to look at it, that's episode 1. Further episodes are coming. And look over here, I put like a video and a subscribe thing, I think, if I did this right. Or else I'm just moving my hands weird, which is also a thing.